Would you like to get rich and retire by 2022? Then watch this video until the end to find out what XRP's prospects are and how you can get rich off investing in XRP. Welcome back to your favorite channel, Make Money Online. The world's portfolio of cryptocurrency is getting filled to the brim. Well, not in the way you think. There's more than enough to go around. There are about 1,000 cryptocurrencies in the world today, and we're pretty sure more are still on the way. It's said that the onset of every good thing tends to attract a counterfeit. The crypto world has not been without its fair share of unlikely events arising from specific cryptos coming out with plans that came with promises that seemed too good to be true. People in the lower echelon of society cannot but look for ways to generate more money aside from what the meager wages they earn from their 3 daily jobs have to offer them. Imagine after gathering a huge sum of savings from working 3 jobs, comes the thought of how to multiply the saved amount of money. There are so many investment options out there. Still, cryptocurrency offers the best investment option with a higher return on investment. It is a risky yet more profitable means of multiplying your income. Those who seek a viable means of earning passive income in tandem with their paycheck from their day or night job, as the case may be, are sure to find pleasure in dealing in crypto investment either as a broker or an investor. Scammers also saw a unique way to mooch off people's hard-earned cryptocurrencies. There are several reports of people's cryptocurrency being stolen. When Bitcoin came into the limelight, it was met with a series of questions about what the third party oversaw or regulated the transactions involving the digital currency. It is understandable why people would seek a face to hold responsible for what seemed to be an uncertain phenomenon. The fact that Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies are decentralized is something most people don't understand. Naturally, people are risk-averse, and thus people tend to look for something concrete to hold on to, something they can charge at if things don't go as planned. It's also visible in our bank's loan system in the form of collateral collection. To get a loan of $50,000, you might have to give collateral worth $100,000. Cryptocurrencies were bound to attract skepticism after popping out with the complex story of the blockchain and ledgers. Ever been in a room where someone was talking or watching a video about the blockchain and at some point it seems as if your head will just explode? Yep, well, we've all been there. There are so many cryptocurrencies out there that offer pretty huge prospects, and these should make them suspect. Because after having been conned off a few $1,000s, one is sure to be careful what cryptocurrency to buy into. Why do people seek new cryptocurrencies and end up getting scammed? This is no trick question. People tend to play it safe when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Established cryptocurrencies tend to be quite expensive and quite volatile. Unless you're well-versed with short trading crypto, you might end up not making anything of your investment in cryptocurrencies. In the process of seeking cryptos with low-end risks as well as coins at cheaper prices, people tend to get in bed with unfamiliar cryptocurrencies. This section is to familiarize us with the basics of cryptocurrencies, of which XRP is an important one. What decentralization truly means and XRP's side of the story. The first time most of us heard about decentralization, we were like, what? It was an entirely new subject to us, particularly since we do not understand it, nor did we get the reason why we needed it. It gets confusing when we look at the collection of cryptocurrencies we have today, and each one of them claims to be decentralized. Technically, being decentralized means the crypto is attached to the blockchain, and it can be used in transactions overseen by the blockchain. So we ask, who is behind the blockchain, and can we trust the system? The answer to the first question is not going to get answered anytime soon, maybe never. But the second is, yes, the system has proven to be trustworthy. Its functionality is evident in that the cryptocurrencies are still a thing to this day. The point is, every decentralized crypto is subject to the blockchain as a measure of security. In a general sense, decentralization means that no single entity has exclusive control over data or processes. This is what scares most financial bodies, and they have largely pushed for the sanctioning of cryptocurrencies, and ultimately, the platforms on which they are traded. Every cryptocurrency has its blockchain. Blockchains provide a basic level of decentralization, because all users on the blockchain network record transactions. Any changes to the transaction record must be confirmed by the vast majority of blockchain users to be recognized as legitimate. If anybody were to try to manipulate the blockchain data in a way with which a majority of the crypto network disagreed, the rest of the network would thwart their efforts. This is one of the features that makes a crypto's blockchain technology so powerful. It is also a feature that distinguishes one crypto's blockchain from another. All records are stored in a central location, as seen in banks and other financial organizations. That location is usually controlled by a single party who can modify records without consulting anyone else. For privacy, this single party must be blindly trusted by everyone to protect their private information, and not use it for gain without consent. Here is where mistakes often happen that lead to most investors getting defrauded. What most of these failing or false cryptos present is what is known as the decentralized transaction records. These records are mere features that all blockchains provide, and it doesn't necessarily account for its decentralization. On some blockchains, platform governance is mainly centralized, even though transactions are decentralized. Take Bitcoin, for instance. It lacks a formal leadership governance model, which essentially leaves Bitcoin developers with outside influence over changes to the Bitcoin protocol and platform. The developers are not entirely in control, but they tend to have more power than users and miners. Simultaneously, miners do all the work for Bitcoin by verifying each transaction made using BTC. What differentiates XRP from other cryptocurrencies is that it's not based on blockchain. It's not mined, and it is heavily centralized. Ripple Network is a suite of different applications by Ripple Labs. XRP is the currency of the Ripple network, which the apps use. XRP Ledger works without Ripple. The company and the ledger's operation are not dependent on the company. All the transactions are confirmed and secured in a method known as a hash tree, which is patented by Ripple Labs. In hash tree, all the transactions and balances are combined to a single number, which servers compare to each other to reach a consensus. This kind of system is faster than other blockchains. No single party decides which XRP transaction succeeds or fails, and no one can roll back a transaction after it completes. As long as those who choose to participate in the network keep it healthy, they can send and receive XRP in seconds. XRP isn't mined like typical cryptocurrencies. All 100 billion XRP coins have already been created. Ripple plans to release about half of them onto the market while keeping the other half. There are about 45% of XRP in the open markets, while the 55% are still held back. Whenever XRP is transferred in the Ripple network, $0.000001 worth of XRP is destroyed. This is meant to ensure that the network cannot be clogged down with spam transactions. It also helps to keep the inflation of XRP at bay. Ripple is also aimed at bigger institutions, such as banks or credit card companies, instead of individual users. As such, Ripple will probably go to companies instead of individuals in future developments. This is not bad in itself, as this may mean that the vast number of subscribers to each company's services have access to Ripple. It's a virtually extensive relationship there. Ripple XRP is not just a cryptocurrency, it's a modern fintech solution. If more companies start to use Ripple widely, it will lower their costs and better their businesses. As Ripple and Bitcoin are quite different in their ideology and technology, they aren't competing against each other. Whereas Bitcoin is mainly intended to be an incorruptible form of internet money, Ripple is a network of applications for companies. Ripple could even help Bitcoin adaptation, as it could make Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies more liquid. This means that there is no love lost between XRP and other cryptocurrencies. Investing in XRP is more like buying a share of a company than investing in a cryptocurrency. It's entirely unsure how Ripple will develop or be adapted, even less so than with actual cryptocurrencies and blockchain. But if you're interested in buying XRP, you should be prepared to go for the long run. It's gradually planting its feet in the ground across the financial sector of many countries globally, signing a potentially lucrative deal with central banks across 6 continents covering Europe, Africa, Asia, North America, and others. The price of XRP is expected to grow across the quarters of 2021 into 2022. Investors are currently stacking up large amounts of XRP in their wallets, and there's no limit to how much XRP you can choose to buy. There's more than enough assurance of XRP's security and potential for growth, as seen over time, as it's earmarked as the fastest growing cryptocurrency in the world. Aside from its cross-border swift transactional benefits, the fact that it can be used for exchanging other cryptocurrencies into the liquid form will add to its favorable characteristics. Therefore, while you're buying cryptocurrencies for your portfolio, we recommend that you consider including Ripple XRP as a viable currency. Buy as much as possible and wait for payday. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. What are your views on Ripple XRP? Let us know in the comment section below. And while you're here, go ahead and check out one of the videos on your screen. See you next time.